We're live. Well, I like my last video that I made about the Publishers Clearinghouse. And thank you to all the 4 people who came in to see what I was posting about those dogs. Oh my gosh, I really wish that I would have had, been carrying my computer. But you can hear. And it's showing that one person is in here, but I don't know if it's right on this thing. I don't know if it's including me or if it's showing someone else. So, whatever. I wanted to say some nice things, some affirmations. I've got these affirmations. These are the top, and actually it did work. It really did work. These did work because I did receive a piece of mail today. Like I said, I get my mail once a week. Why? I just do. I've chosen to do that. And these are 7 affirmations. They're the most powerful money affirmations. So we'll start with number 1. I am worthy of a wealthy life. Number 2, money comes to me in miraculous ways. 3, I am deserving of abundance in my life. 4, I am open to receiving wealth in many ways. 5, I love my positive, happy, abundant life. 6, the more I give, the more I receive. The more I receive, the more I give. 7, life is abundant and I am safe. And here's 8, even though I said these are 8 affirmations. The world is as I see it, and I am willing to see it as a safe and benevolent place to live. So that's what I talk about a lot on here and in comments. I have my troll self, and then I have the other part. And the other part says this a lot, that what you say, you speak into existence. And I find myself doing that a lot here, what I say to myself and what I'm speaking into existence isn't always what I want. But I genuinely have that belief in my core, to my core, that the world is as I see it, and I am willing to see it as a safe and benevolent place to live. I don't think I wrote that. Beneficent. It's so funny. It's so funny because I'm not stupid, but I want to make sure that I wrote that word right. So let me go to it. GUIDED. Okay. Yeah, there's just 7 affirmations, but I went to 8. So let me bring up this. Okay, I'm bringing this up. I really like this page. I really, really like it. So let's go down to what I put number 8. And where did I get number 8 from? Okay. Yeah, the word for it just feels weird to me to say that. It's BENEFICENT. Beneficent. But I want to say benevolent, but beneficent. Beneficent. Let me write it. BENEFICENT. 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 I know what that means. That means, like a good, a positive place. I will look it up. Beneficent. Beneficent. Definition: doing or producing good. Doing or producing good. I'm gonna look up Benelivent. Benevolent. Benevolent. Yes, benevolent means well and kindly. Benevolent. Beneficent. But beneficent, that's a word that people don't use a lot. So I'll have to say that one again. The world is as I see it, and I'm willing to see it as a safe and beneficent place to live. And that is true. So when I go through all these comments and people say, because I spend a lot of time in the YouTube neighborhoods that are kind of what's the word? I watch a lot of death. I see a lot of people die on YouTube. That's just it, I do. Why? You know, I don't know. I just do. I find myself in those streets, and I think maybe it's like when you make like a callus on your foot or something, or your hand, because you want to see things as they are. Like I don't understand. I will never understand how in the US on TV we can have a million fake murders, but we can never see something that is real. And so I look at these things because I want to see like real things. One thing that I was really struck by was, I'm trying to remember what they were. They were dash cam videos, and I forget the exact wording, but they were something. Uh, I don't remember exactly. It might have said something like people dying on camera. I don't know, something strange like that. But there was a police officer, and there was this guy who was obviously had like mental problems. He got out of a truck, and he just wasn't listening to the guy. But the officer refused to shoot him. I mean, the officer kept telling him, to, put, just, comply with him. And so then eventually the guy like goes in his truck, gets a gun, comes after the officer, and like I say, it's not, it goes on. Like you don't see him shoot him, but you hear the officer like scream, and then the guy comes back to him, and I think the officer gets in the car, and he comes back at him, and he shoots him more, and the guy is screaming more. And it's just, now you're saying, okay, you may ask, why do I watch that? Why was I watching it? For me, what I really got from it was the officers, the police officers' humanity. The fact that he didn't want to kill that man. Everybody else in the comments, is saying he should have shot him, he should have. And also then people say, and I was guilty, probably myself, of saying that if the guy who got out of the truck had been black, bam, 2 seconds, that's it. He would have been shot reaching in his wallet to get his ID, maybe. So, I know I said this is an affirmation video and I'm talking about these things, but, hey, it's what is coming to my mind. I was saying that I spend a lot of time in those areas, in those like YouTube streets. And I think I know that like adds to maybe like my state of mind. So I looked at these affirmations because I felt like it today. I felt like it today. So I will read them again. One, and I recommend that you do also. I also find it's you really have to, I think, keep doing them and keep saying them so that they're just at the tip of your tongue. That they're at the tip of your tongue. There's another video on here that I really love, and I think it's Bob Proctor, and he's saying something, but he says it for like 2 hours. And the fact that I'm like not remembering exactly what he said, um, you know, may not be so great. Something else. I tend to, or I have, I think, like gotten stuck on I call it, there's light and dark, and just going down the dark path. And instead of waking up and saying, all the wonderful things, you know, like I got a wonderful bed to sleep in, I've got a pillow, I've got blankets, you know, I'll start writing that down. Pillow, well, no, I won't. Pillow, blankets, I've got a pencil to write with, I've got a computer, I've got my internet access, I got a phone, I've got carpet, I've got pop. I ordered pizza today, and my digestion is absolutely insane, and I'm not sure what it is. Uh, but oh, hey, I see somebody else came in. So I was saying my digestion. Maybe I should pick a food to eat and like stick with that. But it seems like I just don't, and I don't want to be like vulgar in talking about it, but like I say, like I can go without eating for like a really long time. And when I say long time, I mean like days, weeks. And then when I do eat something, it's like I don't have a normal kind of, it doesn't like process through my body kind of normally, like it goes fast. So maybe I should be taking these fiber pills, which I did before, and they were actually really, really um, good. When I say good, um, they tasted good, you know, and that I know that like your body has to like have the right food and to process, but it's just crazy too. Like I said, when I eat, it's like no matter what I eat, whatever it is, it just like that digestion isn't working right. So I started out talking about my affirmations. Let me go back to that page. And um, I really love this page. The world is as I see it, and I'm willing to see it as a safe and beneficent place to live. Others are more than welcome to view the world as full of fear and lack. I simply choose to live the way I believe. If I choose to make my life focus on abundance, happiness, peace, cheerfulness, love, and plenty of every good thing to go around for everyone, then I will bring more and more of those things into my life to get the most beneficial to get the most benefit from these affirmations. Please say them, write them, sing them, chant them as many times as you want. You could even create a 7-day program for yourself and use one affirmation each day. Consistency counts, but not in a bad way. Nobody is going to be following you around yelling at you if you miss a day. And you do not need to take up that task for yourself. Be an encourager, not a snarky boss. That is how you can bring positive change into your life. You deserve that. So I'll go back to the top. You find lots of folks writing things like, oh, affirmations, pish posh. I tried those once and they didn't, nothing for me. Or I wanted to believe those affirmation things would work and they might for other people, but not for me. I guess I'm simply unlucky. Or even, we only get a certain amount of luck on our lives. It must be my destiny to have a small portion. And there really isn't any way to change that. There's one thing these people don't understand. They are already using affirmations and they work. The interesting thing is, if you look at those sentences, you will see that each of them at its heart is an affirmation. Maybe not one you would deliberately confirm in your life, but these affirmations nonetheless, they do nothing for me. They might work for other people, but not for me. Unless we might you have a portion, and boy, oh boy, are those affirmations effective for the folks who say them. The truth of the matter is that the universe does not make any differentiation between whether you are affirming, you will affirming. Uh, the universe does not make any differentiation between whether what you are affirming will make you happy or unhappy. It is the process of affirming those things that show up in your life. A consistent stream of thoughts directed toward a particular outcome is the heart of any affirmation. A consistent stream of thoughts directed toward a particular outcome is the heart of any affirmation. The farther what you want is away from you, the farther what you want is away from the way you are now, the more consistent you must be in your affirming. It's not that what you want is so difficult for the universe to bring you, it's that changing your habitual thought pattern takes some work on your part. If, for instance, you've never had more than enough money in your bank account than it takes to pay your bills, then affirming that you are a millionaire right now is going to be a stretch, not for the world, but for you. The power of affirmations lies in consistently directing your thoughts towards your new thoughts in a particular direction. Sounds simple, and in truth, it really is, but our habits are deeply entrenched in our hearts, and we need to affirm what we want is our lives, what we want in our lives a substantial number of times before we can expect to create a new and much more positive set of thought habits. And I don't know why my dog is growling underneath my bed. He's got this cute habit. Like I'll hear this little scratching on the wall, and I know it's his little toenails. And I'll look and I'll see that he's on his back, and his back toenails are like touching the wall. I don't know why he likes to sleep like that, but it's adorable. So these are the 7 most powerful money affirmations ever written. Use these consistently, and you will see a change in your life. As I said, I knew this was coming, but I got an increase, in the money that I receive. So that's good. But then in another way, it decreased the amount that I'm going to get in this other way. So whatever. I am worthy of a wealthy life. The world is abundantly full of everything. There is no lack. If I perceive lack in my life, I am free to change that starting now. I love that. There is no lack. There is no lack. There is no lack. There is no lack. Here's another thought, too, that there is an endless amount of money. There's as much money as there are grains of sand or blades of grass, and it's all available to you. But money is simply an energy, and you really don't need money, but we're stuck on that thought because that's how we live now. There's another book called Intentions, and people were saying, "Oh yeah, I've mastered that. We've mastered that." Um, for example, someone needs a car, and they intend to have a car, and they get a car, and then they move on to the next, and the next, and the next, and so they want to do other things because they know how to make things turn up in their lives. Money is everywhere in the world. The amount I have is not representative of how hard I work. Money can come from my job, my investment, my gifts, from almost anywhere. I do not need to work more to get more. I love that, and I believe that, and I know that. And that's part of what kind of frustrates me because the uh, we call it race mind, which means something that most people in the world believe. They will tell you that, you just have to work harder. You just got to go to school, you pick a good subject, you get all A's, you'll graduate, you'll get a good job, you'll make a ton of money, you'll be happy. Well, we all know life doesn't necessarily turn out like that. I'm willing to think differently about receiving money starting now. I am deserving of abundance in my life. I am part of the universe, and I'm willing to believe that the universe is infinite and abundant. I'm willing to believe that I am infinite and abundant, just like the universe. I know I was created as a being of love, of hope, of charity, of goodness, and that I am a reflection of the divine. There's nothing in me that is undeserving of good. I love that. There's nothing in me that is undeserving of good. I am open to receive wealth in many ways. I was taught that there is only one way to receive money and wealth in my life, and now as I see it, there are multiple paths of wealth and abundance. And they spell wealth Wealth. I am willing to travel more than one path to increase the amount of money in my life. all good, all peaceful, and all equally valuable. I love my positive, happy, and abundant life. I am the only person who is thinking in my mind right now. If I hear some other voice, that is a memory, and it is not part of my present moment. I love that one too. I am the only person who is thinking in my mind right now. If I hear some other voice, that is a memory, and it is not part of my present moment. I can choose something different than I am experiencing right now. And while it might feel strange to think in a different way, I am certainly entitled to do that. The more I give, the more I receive. The more I receive, the more I give. I know everything evens out. Therefore, I'm determined to send good into the world. That way, I know I'm going to be getting good back into my life. Just because I send out a message of giving does not mean that I'm going to be getting back a message that I need to give even more. That is not how the universe operates. Just because I send out a message of giving does not mean I'm going to be getting back a message that I need to give more. Instead, when I give, I get back, and then I have even more reasons to give more. It is a beautiful. Mm. So I might sleep. So thanks for watching.